Young Bonics in the fucking hizzy.
Kyle! Dude, like when they asked me if I could, if I want to do an interview, I was like, man, me and Kyle have a funny story about meeting in Philadelphia that one time.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
That was
I was
like,
being such a tourist, bro.
That was like right before it all went down for you. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, that was like, I would say, what, like 6 months before, or 3, or that was like 4 months before everything cracked off.
Can you tell them the story about how we met for the first time real quick?
I got you. So I'm in Philadelphia being a full-blown tourist.
You are.
Running up the damn stairs with Eye of the Tiger playing on my phone. And when we get to the top.
The art museum, right? At the art museum, right? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, is that not where the statue is at?
That's definitely where the statue is at. Yep. It's on the bottom of the stairs. Right. It's on the bottom.
Yeah.
So this dude comes up with a wild ass hair running up. Go ahead.
So when I finally get to the top, I'm running to the top like, and when I get to the top, bro, I knew there was a reason I need to be running to that spot, because I get up there and I see Young Bonics, man. All right. And that was how we first ran into each other.
That was crazy, because you recognized me and we're like, yo, aren't you Wiz's DJ and shit? And I was like, what are you doing here? You're like, I just had a show. Who were you? Was that your own show at the time, or were you on supporting someone?
I think I was supporting somebody, and it might have been, who was I supporting? It was either Watsky or like maybe a radio. No, it wasn't a radio show, because I was completely irrelevant. So I think it was maybe Hoodie Allen or somebody. I forget. I was supporting somebody.
Oh man, that was wild. Just running into Kyle on the steps. You saw Will Smith do it. You saw Rocky do it.
Yeah.
I got to witness Kyle do it. And
bro, Rocky and Will Smith are two of my biggest influences. Of course I had to do it. I'm trying to be like a hybrid of Rocky and Will Smith. Not Sylvester Stallone from any movie, like Rocky specifically,
right,
and just Will Smith as a whole. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to, it's my vibe.
I mean, those two people right there are good vibes, especially because when you really understand the Rocky series, I don't know how deep you got into it.
I got deep. Are you kidding me?
Like, he lost it in the first one, and I just think that's an amazing setup, right? Just like you lose the first one, it makes you want to watch the second one. And of course, Will Smith is the GOAT, man. Totally the GOAT.
That's the Philadelphia GOAT. That is the Philly GOAT for sure, without a doubt, bro. That's him.
Man, I'm happy to see you still doing your thing. You're not canceled, which is great. And
Thank you.
Hearing the new album, See You When I'm Famous, you still have that Kyle vibe to it, which I'm glad you never tried to switch sound or nothing. I mean, I feel like you could do a whole range of sounds, but just that feel good. I know you're smiling while you're rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Yeah, bro. I feel like you can't. Snoop Dogg gave me a lot of advice. He gave me some good advice, and so did Pharrell. But Pharrell was because I read an article, and Snoop Dogg's advice to me was like, "Yo, you can't try and chase around sounds and try to like focus on being like this, right? It's like too many people think about their career as up and down, and how do I get back up, and how do I go back down, and how do I get back up and chase new sounds?" He's like, you got to think about your career like this.
Right.
This is a successful career, not one that's like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's like, you do this by just staying consistent and staying yourself and never switching up in search of something else. You feel me?
Right.
And then Pharrell advice was, you don't make hits. I just make music. You know what I mean? I don't make hits.
Right.
I make music. People decide what a hit is. So don't go chasing what you think is popular, because you don't decide what's popular. The people do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's good. I mean, I think that there's been like, with COVID and everything going on and people quarantine, and me personally, being an artist, do you feel like this pressure to create in quarantine, or have you been kind of like, what's the mode for quarantine 2020 for Kyle?
Man, 2020 quarantine mode for me is definitely being like creating as much as possible. Not because it's like an overwhelming pressure, more just because it's like, you got to stay preoccupied. That's what I've been telling my homies. Like, yo, if you don't want to lose your mind during COVID,
right,
you need to like stay productive. And I can't be productive in like flying somewhere to promote my album or like running out and like, you know, I can't really be productive in that sense. All I can really do is be productive right here at home. You know what I mean? So that's kind of been the vibe.
How does it feel not to be able to tour or really not be able to go out there and that? Or are you embracing it?
Bro, it sucks.
Right? It does suck.
It's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. I really make like majority of my music to tour and like be enjoyed. You know what I mean? So like it's trash. It's not cool. Not cool at all.
You got the hot joint right now, Money Now with Tyga, of course. And I just love that sound. I was telling my my boss, I was like, man, this new Kyle joint's dope because we need that fun loving. I mean, I'm not mad at like that super dark sound that's going on too, that after party type music. But man, you just did something about your album, like Girls on the Joint is such a banger. That's such a banger. And definitely shout out to the Beastie Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to the Beastie Boys, the legends who finally cleared that for me. You know, they didn't have to, but they decided to. And that's kind of one of the dopest accolades I feel like I got is that the Beastie Boys said, yeah, go ahead, bro.
That's a banger.
So that's really dope. And yeah, man, I felt like, honestly, like my music has always been sort of like a escape, you know what I mean? My music has always been like that icebreaker joke that like kind of saves the party, you know what I mean? And I feel like it was so necessary to not hold my album back due to COVID and drop it in the middle of COVID because nobody got anything right now that's like helping them feel better. You feel me? I almost feel like sometimes my music is like a breath of fresh air, or like a release from all the dark shit that's happening.
The prescription, man. You know, just
prescription. It's a prescription.
Yeah,
and
dope.
I felt like if people needed this album at any given time, or if they needed a song like Money Now at any given time, something optimistic, upbeat, and telling them like you're gonna do everything you need to do, it's right now. You feel me? That's it.
Thank you for being a light for people and smiling through it. You know, the last time I actually saw you, I don't know if you remember, last time I saw you, we were doing a festival in Vancouver, outside Vancouver, with the homie Wiz was out there, and I think Russ was out there.
Yeah.
And you were out there. Now, here's how I'm going to make the connection, though. Probably one of the funniest scenes on Netflix for your movie, The After Party, was you throwing up on Wiz. Now, yo, you know, because here's the real deal. Like, I've definitely sessioned with Wiz 1,000,000 times, right? And Wiz could tell you personally about times where I was super duper baked. But that scene, like, how do you bring that to Wiz? Did they have to prep him for that? Or was it like, yo, Wiz?
You know what? I'm going to keep it solid. Shouts out to Wiz because he was mad cool about it. Like, especially for what he had to go through. Like, he was extremely cool about the whole situation because I was thinking, like, when they're hooking me up with like the throw up gear, they're like showing him it. They're showing him it spitting out. Like it's really like banana pudding, I think was in there. But they're showing him spitting out all this vomit. And he's just looking at it like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, damn, you're that cool, Dad? He's like, yeah. We do the scene the first time. He just gets doused. Then he goes, changes, gets his hair, like gets it out of his hair, and then comes back and does it a second time. And I was like, bro, you're really about it. And especially that shoot day, bro, was like 20 hours or something.
I'm
crazy.
No smoke. That's really great flick, man. You know, I knew how excited you were, and just to even just see it just all come together, and it was like Kyle got this joint, and it was just like good. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
Great flick.
Yeah, man, that was my acting debut. I'd never acted in anything before, but I was really excited because I've always wanted to be an actor, and that's always been like a real passion of mine and something that I've been fully like dived in on now.
Right.
But the After Party gave me my first opportunity to like be not only be in a movie, but be like the lead of the movie and be in damn near every scene and like really have to carry it. So that was fire. It was like a really dope learning experience for me. And I'm so stoked I did it.
To see you go from, you know, seeing you being all touristy in Philadelphia to, you know, being now you're still smiling through the COVID. Let's pivot right now to November of 2020. Is Kyle gonna go vote? You don't have to tell us who.
Of course. Are you kidding me, bro? I'm registered. I got that ballot coming to my house, and I'm for sure voting. And for everybody in all the states that they're not gonna do that for whatever weird reason, don't let them stop you from like really using your right as a citizen and as a human being in this country. Get out there, go vote, even if they try to like tear you down and make you wait 6 hours in line, stick with it and do it, because you know the powers that be are afraid of you using your voice.
That's
so
right.
Go use your voice and vote, fam.
Or Kanye 2020 or what?
You know what, man? I don't know. It's like, this is the thing, right? Kanye, greatest artist of all time, without a doubt, not even comparable. Kanye, one of the most creative geniuses we've ever seen.
Right.
I do think he would probably make the world a very dope place aesthetically.
Right.
I don't know if I'm ready for somebody that's kind of like more geared as a celebrity. I think the next president I want it to be a well-poised politician. You know what I mean? I want it to be somebody.
A woman, man. I want it to be a woman.
I would love for it to be a woman.
Right.
I would love for it to be somebody who's going to keep us united and not divided. And I think like sometimes the issue with our president now is he has such a personality, we'd say,
right,
that he doesn't really care about keeping things calm. Us as Americans, we're wild.
Right.
Like, Americans are wild. We're ready to fight each other at all times. We're like a powder keg ready to go off. And he's doing nothing but throwing matches in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anybody that would say something wild to where we all want to kill each other. Right. And, yeah, I feel like, you know, Kanye's king saying wild stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe 2024.
Real quick, Kyle's, he's leaving the studio. He's done the studio. Well, this is before COVID and all that, but Kyle's leaving the studio. He's going to the gas station. What 3 items is Kyle getting at the gas station, man? What are the snacks?
Sheesh.
Items?
3 items. Bottle of Fiji water. Probably Sour Patch Kids. Ooh. And then, for sure, a bag of chips. And my bag of chips, like, my chip knowledge is so crazy. Like, I'm a chip connoisseur, bro. Like, I love
What's
too
the
many
top
kinds
shelf
of chips.
chip for Kyle? What's like the number 1 chip?
Top shelf chip for sure is top shelf chip.
Well, what bag of chips you getting at the store, man?
Yeah, so there's a brand. Like, if I'm gonna recommend some chips to you,
okay.
Like, do you like really spicy, or do you like kind of like healthy? Do you like what's your vibe?
I mean, sometimes healthy's cool, and sometimes I like that crunchy kettle. Like, I like a crunchy kettle. I'm a popcorn guy. I like popcorn.
I got you.
I think, but
what you need to do, the chip you need to get, you go into the store. It should be at every gas station. If it's not, then you got to just go to a different state.
Okay.
They have 3 flavors, right? And it's like a tomato kind of like salsa flavor.
Ooh.
Then there's a 3 cheese flavor. And then there's like a guacamole, like zesty guacamole flavor. And the brand is sort of like this Mexican-styled kettle-cooked Dorito almost. And they're everywhere. They're not expensive. But it's like a kettle-cooked Dorito. I couldn't even tell you the brand name, bro. You'll just know it. You'll know it. It looks. It's like a very Mexican brand that is probably a perfect chip for you. I feel like you want something that's kind of light but still got bite. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
Get the guacamole bag. It's crazy. But for me, my top chip currently has been a kettle cooked Korean barbecue flavor.
Ooh,
stupid.
Fire. Now, I don't know if you know this. I moved to Minneapolis like 3 years ago, so I've been in Minneapolis right now. Obviously, it's wild times out here.
Yeah.
I just need a message from Kyle to Minnesota, to the Twin Cities, to Minneapolis, man.
I would want to tell Minnesota that me watching from my home in California, I am extremely proud of y'all, and I would love for y'all to continue fighting, continue pushing for change, continue being fearless. You know what I mean? I would just say that we are just proud, and we're looking to y'all like heroes of a city. You know what I mean? You dealt with something that we've all been dealing with for the longest, especially here in Los Angeles. Like, we are like police brutality capital.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think the change y'all brought by being fearless and really getting out in the streets and like demanding something was inspirational. And I would just say, I know y'all are probably tired and you're probably beaten down, but continue being that like light for us, because y'all were like a match that sparked the entire world to get out there and say, we're done with this. So thank you, Minnesota, and thank you, Minneapolis, for not being fearful and being fearless. Y'all are the truth.
Got goosebumps over here, man. Thank you so much, bro. The album is out right now. See You When I Am Famous. Do you know how many exclamation points you have in there? Do you know?
12.
It's exact. Is there a reason, or it's just like this is it? It's
you know what? No reason. I was running out of time when I put my senior quote, and I had like 13 seconds left, and I was like, "What do I need to say to my entire senior class, bro? How do I sum this all up?"
Oh yeah, okay. So that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, you didn't? It was real.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, no.
No. This is like really my senior quote.
Wow.
My senior quote was really "See you when I'm famous." I think that's like the whole message of the album is like, look at this dorky kid here who has absolutely no lineup.
You're still smiling though. The picture is
no lineup. You know what I mean?
Right.
But absolute utter confidence and belief in himself. I want to tell kids like you got to believe in yourself before anybody else does, and that is the most important part of this album. That is the big message. That kid right there, take a look at him. He put "See You When I'm Famous" as his senior quote. Had no clue how he was going to do it, but he knew that in order to make it there, he had to believe in himself first. So that's really my senior quote. It's got 12 exclamation points because I was running out of time, and I was like, "See you when I'm famous."
You knew that, man. You knew that. That's what's crazy, man. Thank you for your time. Dude, every time I've seen you, you've been an amazing person. Thank you for being an inspiration for us. I'm sure that we'll keep running into each other. Don't be a stranger, of course. And we'd love to see you out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Show us some love. We need it out here. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro. Look, the moment COVID is up, bro, I'm there. I'm coming to kick it with you. I'm coming to kick it with all of Minnesota. And yeah, man, you're the truth, bro. You one of my big homies. So I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Anything you need, get the album right now. See You When I'm Famous. Stream it. 12 exclamation points. Money Now. Woo! Featuring Tyga and Johnny Yukon. Thank you, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
You will always be super duper in my book, man. So I appreciate you.